Boom.
All right, welcome to the Cross Time College Football Recap Show, Week 14. Brandon Reeve, Jonathan Birdsong from Crossroads Sports, and we got D-Cott from the GameTime Network joining us now. The official name switch now from the GameTime Podcast to the GameTime Network. But Cott, welcome, gentlemen. We have had an interesting last 24 hours, do we say?
Hey, it's been a hell of a 24 hours. It started about 6:30 a.m. this morning, and it just started from there, and it's 7 o'clock now. So it's been 12 hours, a lot of banner. So I'm really, really fired up, man. I got my orange juice with me, man. I'm rocking my Pacers cup here from the draft party. So ready to enjoy ourselves, man.
JB?
Folks, the weather turned in Indiana, man, and I had to be prepared. I was out shoveling snow and ice off my car early this morning, man. And late last night we got some disappointing news from my lens anyway, from a respectability level anyway, with Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin. Which I just left the animal out the cage, man. Just let the man.
Let's talk it. Lane Kiffin to LSU, one of the greatest moves that a man can do to better themselves with a pay raise. You would do it too, Jonathan Birdsong. If you had the opportunity to make $60,000 more to go to another podcast, you would do it in a heartbeat. You would leave us and go there.
I'd take 20 personally.
My case is stated. There we go.
Listen, make it happen.
That's not. We're not talking apples or oranges, man. There's a whole lot, a little bit more that kind of goes into the Crossroads Sports brand, and like me going to work for somebody else, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you are independent, kind of doing your thing like Notre Dame is, man. And we kind of are guerrilla, and do our thing over here, man, on our own, and do our own numbers, and do shoot. You know what I'm saying? Very arrogantly, man. We always talk about who we have on the show, Crossroads Sports, and then somehow they show up on the radio station. Next couple days later.
What are you more upset with from what we've texted today? Are you more upset
or are you more
upset about college football? I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm not upset. There's just you know what I'm saying.
You said you were upset.
I don't. So look, we're not playing NFL football still. So in a playoff run, a championship level coach, however you feel about Ole Miss, has you guys kind of hypocritically said that this team. So wait a minute, this team's an SEC team that never really had a chance. So
didn't say they didn't have a chance, but they weren't. This team wasn't built for that.
Wait a minute, go through the text. They never had a chance. They never had a ceiling. They never had.
Listen, they had a ceiling. What we said was no more than 10 wins, JB, ever. No SEC title game ever. That's a fact of Ole Miss. We can dilly-dally, but that's a fact. And here's the deal.
I don't think Oregon thinks like that. I don't think Oregon comparatively thinks like that when it comes to a Big Ten brand. Like they still trying to, you know what I'm saying? Even though they had won the Big Ten championship.
You can't compare Oregon with LSU and Ole Miss. Oregon just got into the Big 18, brother.
I would say Oregon and Ole Miss is comparable. I would say Oregon and Ole Miss is definitely comparable.
Here's what I'm saying they're not.
Even that Oregon got to the Big 18. I don't want that's different. That's different level of conversation. So again, I'm in the playoff. We worked so hard. We, the team, we have worked, and the coach. Who did it? Right. Like this ain't NFL free agency. I get it. We in there, but they still came to play for Lane Kiffin. They still came to play for that brand of
They
college
came for
football.
money. Let's be real. The NIL that
Okay.
they were able to get.
Okay, so why didn't they go anywhere else? They chose Ole Miss though.
Because at that point they had money and somebody's got to start. There's got to be
Right.
22 starters somewhere.
You want to be with a good team. I get that. But at the end of the day, though, JB, there's a ceiling that Ole Miss has. And I said this, and you knocked me about 3 weeks ago. Lane Kiffin is not an Oxford, Mississippi guy. I said that.
I got you.
I'm telling you. It's just the truth, man.
So it would be real ironic if this team goes on a playoff run and makes it to the final.
It would
Do
be.
you know who their head coach is? Pete Golding. I'm not going to slander his name, but all you got to do is just Google him, national title game after Ohio State.
Okay, but you can't slander. You would be hypocritical and slander the talent and what Ole Miss has put together the package in the last 2 seasons. They've had carryover from the last 3 seasons.
Great.
So you would be hypocritical. You would be hypocritical to say that they couldn't win. They couldn't win a home opener. They couldn't win. They can't win whoever they played once they get scheduled. I don't think
we're saying that, JB. I just think, like I said to you, Ole Miss is the heavy-set girl at the end of the bleachers at the dance, the last song.
I think we're talking 2 different things, though, man, because I wouldn't – if I'm in a playoff run right now, if I'm in a playoff run – I mean, it's over now, so it's spilled milk. It's over, and it's cleaned up. He's already chose where he wants to go. So it's kind of like, okay, Lane, you couldn't get it done here. You got to get it done there. According to y'all analytics and according to y'all metrics, you got to get it done there, which is why I go to
giving himself a bigger challenge.
I went to a common good friend in Reggie Sykes, and he said the same. He said it before I even said it. He even said it before I said it. He said he'll be bought out.
He also said he would never leave.
Whoa. Reggie Sykes is rock solid, man. He always pays his drinks tag. Promise you. But listen, when I was drinking, I don't drink no more heavy like that anymore.
We can talk about that offline.
But I'm just saying a common thread of knowledge, man. I'm just saying, man, of opinion. That's opinionated knowledge, man. He said the same thing. He'll be bought out before 2030. I said 2029.
Nah.
He'll be bought out?
Because he won't live up to the expectation.
We don't know, hey, but I want to share real quick.
You tell me, y'all tell me what LSU got and how they can get it. I get that. Great. He's coming over. He's gonna get the same level. Alabama ain't okay, hypocritically. Tell me Alabama's going somewhere. They're getting ready to go to hell.
LSU.
I didn't think so.
Tell me,
hold on, time out. Tell me. Oh, whoa. We talking about the future. You saying Lane?
Ole Miss is in the past. LSU and Ole Miss right now.
Thank you. So next year, you think Texas is gonna go away? They not. You think Alabama just gonna go away? They not. Get in line, Lane.
Who are you?
Lane? Hold on. You think Oklahoma? Time out. You think Oklahoma just gonna go away? All that's just gonna go away. All that's just gonna go away.
No.
So he got 2.5 years.
We said
he got 2.5 years. He got 2.5 years. He got 2.5 years.
JD, you can give him 2.5, 3.5, 4, whatever you want. What we're saying is, all it does, from my perspective, it strengthens the SEC and it puts a high-end coach where he belongs. He belongs at LSU.
It's a lateral move.
You want
a lateral move.
No,
JB, come on, man.
John.
Listen,
stop it.
It's a lateral move.
Ole Miss won a national championship.
I got a better car. I got the same coach. He got the same philosophy.
Nah.
Listen,
are you comparing him to Brian Kelly?
He's gonna beat Georgia. When is he going? You said it. When is he gonna beat Georgia? TikTok robots.
It's not about
coming.
Hold on, let me finish. You said when is he gonna beat Georgia? Hell, he might beat them next year.
Yeah,
but that's not the question. Listen, you take a step backwards to take 2 forward. I'm telling you, yeah, LSU was down this year. Yeah, 8-4, I think, 7-5, 8-4, and that's fine. But what he has in Baton Rouge, getting off the plane, is better than his best dance at Ole Miss, is what I'm saying to you. I'm just saying, because I said it to you before, and you mock me. You say, oh, you're just saying it because you're Bama. I want him at LSU. This is from a Bama fan. It strengthens the SEC, brother. It doesn't weaken it. And you know what it does? It puts Ole Miss back where they belong. 7 or 8 wins, sort of like the Nebraska thing. 7 or 8 wins is your cap, and keep it moving.
So
that's it.
And I put this out earlier, and and John made his little comment on it, but every sports media member, I'll even repeat exactly what I said word for word. Every sports media member who's going to rip Lane Kiffin, Jonathan Birdsong, others for taking this job would 100% leave their current job for a $50,000 raise. Kiffin's not the issue, John. I think you need to look at it a little bit deeper. He's not the issue. The system in place is what the issue.
Hey man, that's the second, Brandon. That's the second time that you said I need to look at something. No. Whoa. I told you.
All right, I just muted him because he didn't let me finish. College coaches should have the enforceable contracts and the non-competes, just like the NFL does. He doesn't even know right now. He's on muted right now.
Let him go. Let him roll.
This ain't the NFL model, Brandon. It's not.
It is.
It's not, Brandon.
They're getting paid.
It's not.
They're getting paid.
That's what I just said. That's what I said. When's it going to it?
The dynamic.
It's already going to it, John. They're paying players.
When the NCAA decides to not do anything about NIL and transfer portal, it became this pay for play. We got to play the same.
All right,
we've got free agency.
So until it changes, I don't have no problem with him leaving. I ain't got no problem with leaving. I got a problem with you technically saying I got a problem with what I looked at. I already told you, friend. This is NCAA football. That is NFL football. Technically, friends, this is the NFL. This is the college football show. Don't get it twisted. Okay, so don't tell me what I said. Especially when you already in your comment that you said the NFL coaches do it all the time. So don't compare an apple to another orange, dude. It's like compare another apple to another apple, friend. If you're gonna go that route, I'm gonna let you know right now, man. Again, what you telling me is great. They should handle this all after the season. They should be allowed. Some again, just like the players should be allowed after the season. After the season, but please don't tell me something about I believe for $50,000. Excuse me.
That's not the dynamic right now, though. Listen, we're not mad at Lane. It's the system. The system is broken. The system says, "Hey, coach, you hold on, Jay. Let me just hear me out." The system says, "Coach, you can ponder whatever you want anytime during the season." The coaches are taking advantage of that. You know who else is taking advantage of that? I'm good with the players doing it as well. You know what players are doing now, JB? In the last few weeks, they decided to redshirt to save themselves a year. Mm-hmm. That's about them. I'm okay with that too. Until there are guardrails in place, we've got to accept what the dynamic is and understand that there are going to be some things going on. That's my guy, y'all.
Lane should have told them chances. Hey, man, Lane should have told them chances. I'm going to LSU. Work it out so that hey man, if y'all gotta cut them a check so that I can keep on working underneath the Ole Miss play. Don't act like it don't happen. Don't act like it don't happen. Then the strength of the SEC, you telling me it's false. The strength of the SEC, the community camaraderie, the SEC is fraudulent. They don't. The Big Ten would never. The Big Ten would never. The Big Ten move. The Big Ten, you see how the Big Ten moved yesterday. I'm tired of talking about SEC anyway. Let's move on to the Big Ten. The real game yesterday was Michigan and Ohio State. Why are we talking about Lane Kiffin? Who was he?
Nothing yesterday. Michigan, Ohio State was nothing.
You failed. I hope you did. Great. He wasn't coming. He didn't see you fail. USC, they gave you a bigger car. Don't tell me how many cars do we need to have? How many cars do we need to have?
JB.
He's Cam Jones going down. I think he's going too fast. Okay.
Players can lead.
Top heavy. SEC strong throughout.
Hey, just so you know, guys, that's my guy, Damian Phillips of Hog HQ. He's an SEC aficionado. Their page is lit. Talk about knowledge of the SEC. That's my dude there, man. He's got some good stuff.
Has Lane ever drove the big automobile before?
Listen, he's burned bridges wherever he's been, JB.
Hey man, can you answer a question? You act like a politician yourself.
What? You didn't ask a question.
Answer the question. Has Lane ever drove the big car outside of Ole Miss, a bigger car himself?
USC.
Yeah, USC, the Raiders.
Oh man. Hey man, thank you for not calling me. Thank you, Jonathan Birdsong a liar. Thank you.
What?
So I can give it to you. I can give it to you, but what you gonna do with it, Lane? I can give it to you, but what you gonna do with it, Lane? J.O. Felony, 1994. Let's move on, man. Let's talk about.
He might wet the bed, but it won't be any worse than what Brian Kelly did by alienate the whole damn university.
We posted.
He's going to do better.
Brian Kelly no longer. The Brian Kelly technically no longer under Irish protection when he went down there talking about sarsaparillas and whatnot.
Here's the two things that Lane Kiffin is going to bring to the boot. He's going to bring a real quarterback that they can bring in and grow themselves. And he's also there's no finger crossing. Then he's also going to bring an offensive line to protect him. Did you ask any LSU fan and hoodie? They'll tell you the two things that LSU has not had: a homegrown quarterback. Don't give me Burrow. Don't give me Daniels. They're transfers.
They transfer.
The last homegrown LSU quarterback was who? I don't know who. You don't know who he.
It wasn't even Cam. He transferred.
And my point being is this: that's what
LSU.
Lane
That's
is there to bring. They haven't had it. They just call it like it is. And you know what? Yeah. The better the LSU Tigers will be better for the SEC, and it's also better for that rivalry they got to the east of them, that rivalry they've got to the west of them with Texas is going to just expand it, and I love it.
They ain't got no rivalry.
They ain't got no rivalry. It's going to be there, and that's because it's going to be a lot of talking. Those two guys were on Nick Saban's staff. There's going to be there's some animosity there because Lane always felt he should have been the guy. Yeah, absolutely. On the staff, I'm talking about in Alabama. Come on, JB. Isn't that we doing this, JB?
Lane was on Pete Carroll's staff. What are you talking about? First, you keep on talking about Nick Saban. You keep on skipping a whole generation of
I'm sharing you a parable. I'm giving you an example.
Nick Saban. You always want to stick on. You always want to put this Alabama. You're a pro Alabama guy, man. I get it, man.
That's you. I said he was on the staff at
Alabama. We're gonna lose ratings. We start talking. The South Benders not gonna like what you say about Notre Dame. The South Benders not gonna like what you say about Notre Dame.
Listen, you can be disappointed at what Lane did. That's fine, but you got to have some context to it, man. It's a better situation. I've been telling you that for weeks, and you've been blowing me off. I've been telling you that for weeks, JB. Ain't nothing changed.
We shall see if it's a better situation.
No, it's not just a better situation. It's a better overall situation. Look at those recruits who are saying, "Hey, I'm staying." They'll have very little turnover in the boot because of Lane Kiffin coming. Maybe he has a short shelf life. Maybe it's a 4-year shelf life. But it's gonna bring a whole lot of drama and a whole lot of winning. And I promise you, there's no ceiling on 10 wins for LSU after next season. It's not. It's a ceiling on the Ole Miss. And you got Pete Golding there. Good luck. Good luck with that. I understand that you don't like it, but you got to just accept it at least, man. There's a lot of things we don't like, but we got to accept that, JB. We talked about it, man. There's no way. Remember, he said the governor's getting involved. The governor probably signed off on this, brother.
I hope I'll be there with bells on when they gotta pay out that whatever $1 million buyout it is. I can't wait. I'm not cheering. I'm not rooting against them.
It sounds like you're rooting against them.
No, I'm like being right.
But it's gonna be a while before you can even think about being right. You're talking about LSU, man. A standalone university.
When I mean being right, I'm usually factually right, man. It's good. The football guys ain't gonna do me. They clearly blessed him. He's had numerous stops, numerous chances, numerous bites at the apple. Now you telling me he needs a bigger car? Okay.
No, I don't think he needs a bigger car. I just think he needs to be able to fit into a car, and it's a better fit for him in the LSU car. What's wrong with that?
He needs a bigger car.
Should I be angry? That shouldn't be angry. This is a great day for the SEC. What are you talking about?
That's another thing, man. Like, there's no rooting for conferences. There's no such a thing. There's no rooting for conferences.
I'm not rooting. I'm just saying it's a great. I'm not in the SEC. I said it's a great day for the SEC.
Actually, Alabama's in the SEC.
Dude,
we can transition to them, man.
I don't.
You stop it. We can transition, Brandon. We can transition to Alabama.
No,
there should be no choice. I'm about to give you they platform, man. You can't. They beat a hated rival
I don't need their
in a
platform, man.
well contested Iron Bowl game that I'm sure
We're
had
talking
great ratings numbers on it.
We're talking CFB football and all that encompasses. That means Alabama,
They
LSU,
had to
the
win that.
Big
Okay,
18, Ohio State. And it includes everything. We can't just go limited to one thing. We're not Hog HQ, the SEC juggernaut. We got to touch everything, man. We got to touch
you
the
would
Big
think.
18, the
You would think.
ACC,
Well,
everything.
Alabama got to play Georgia, friend. And based on some of the mathematics, man, I think they have to win this game, friend.
Okay.
They got to beat
All right.
Georgia.
Again, I told you 2 weeks ago I want chaos. That includes Alabama too.
No, not that
Do you
chaos. Not
understand
this
that?
late in the season.
I want a 16
I don't
team
think
playoff.
no, those are just variables. That's just a variable. If BYU can't beat Texas Tech, they're not good enough to beat Texas Tech. They don't have enough in secondary in their
We can
secondary game.
if
The
we can if
linebackers,
all day.
the linebackers, they already know what they're gonna play. Texas Tech, you know what I'm saying?
If,
They got their snap count, man.
listen, if
So
wasn't
it
if,
would
we'd
take
all be
it
drunk. We
would take a
can't do if.
Herculean effort for BYU to beat Texas Tech, and then that would be pandemonium. I still think everything kind of plays out. When I kind of look at Miami Hurricanes' schedule, like it's kind of sketch for me, friends. It's real sketch. I get it. They beat
Their
Notre
schedule
Dame.
sketch.
It's kind of sketch, man. They didn't. What SC? They play one SEC team. Are they scared of the Big Ten? And are they scared of the Big 12? Because they didn't play anybody from the Big 12 either in their non-conference. So when it comes to how, again, Decod's gonna feel his way about Notre Dame's strength of schedule. I've already given him, ladies and gentlemen of the court, I've already given him like, hey man, like Notre Dame plays Big Ten. They play Big Ten teams, they play ACC teams, they play SEC teams in multiple fashion, not one-offs. Okay, so when I go back to Miami, we don't have this. Yes, they play the Rock. That's the money game for them. Of course, they're gonna play Florida. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of their games are ACC games. You know what I'm saying? "Quote unquote" important games are ACC games, man. And again, I'm not knocking the ACC overall, but like you didn't schedule not even one Illinois, not even a Northwestern. You was two. I don't understand. So again, when these teams start talking about who should play and why can't we? Why aren't we in on a head to head? That's kind of the reason why you're not in. We know why there's skepticism.
It's
Yes, you beat Notre
possible.
Dame, but like who else? Who else
It's
did they
possible.
play? They beat US. They beat USF.
Well,
Okay,
they
they beat
beat Notre
South
Dame,
Florida.
but you keep
Okay,
forgetting they beat Notre Dame too. Don't forget. Don't let that slide by. Now they beat Notre Dame.
but you will
Let's
also hold so quote unquote Notre Dame to accountability, saying that they play cupcakes and they don't play cupcakes. And I just told you, Miami, in a short way, they play cupcake. They play a cupcake schedule.
so you saying Notre Dame's a cupcake then?
No. Time out. You can still schedule you a nice little frosting game. You have to. But like everybody else was, look at they go through their schedule. You got to do your. I don't want to do your homework for you.
Dude, I've already done
Okay,
my homework. That's why I'm on here
but
talking to
like
you about it,
no.
JB.
Also, if you
I'm
saying
not
a playoff,
impressed.
they
Listen,
come out. They should be in. You saying Miami should be in based off because they beat Notre Dame.
nope,
You
nope.
don't no right.
I'm not saying that.
You don't have
No,
you don't have the same
JB, you can't
accountability
put
to
words in my mouth now,
anybody.
JB. Now,
The
come on
same
now.
accountability is not the same accountability to the same SEC caliber. You are not going. You
You
don't do
going
that,
back
dude.
to
You
SEC
can't say
again? I
that.
thought we were done with the SEC.
No. I'm talking about the field of play and who's trying to get to the playoffs. You get to
We
the
told you,
playoffs based
listen, Notre
upon who.
Dame's going to be there. Listen, it's not an argument that Notre Dame's going to be there, brother. I'm not
No,
arguing that
it's an
point.
argument. It's an argument for the Hurricane fans. It is
Well, I'm
absolutely an
not a
argument.
Hurricane fan, so that's their problem. But what I'm saying to you
Decot,
is this.
I don't know if you noticed you are on a show where we got to talk about college football, and you don't have to be a fan of those programs.
Right, I get that. I'm going to talk
You have to
about them,
talk
but I'm
about
not a
more than.
fan, and I don't subscribe to what they're
I
saying.
think people understand that you're not a fan of Hurricane football. I'm
Right.
getting ready to tell you that I'm not a Hurricane football fan either. I'm telling you, these people are pissed because I get it. Notre Dame beat them. They beat Notre Dame, but you didn't beat a nobody else, and you shit your pants when you played SMU. Did you forget about that one?
No,
Who you
listen, what I'm
played
saying to you,
matters.
that's all well and good. What I'm saying to you is this. As I said last week, now we got 2 weeks left to make the determination. And right now, we can't sit here and say what is and what isn't. because there's still games to be played. Is movements going to be had, and we're going to have to accept whatever the committee says. We can be mad, pissed about
Well,
it, or whatever.
Notre Dame ain't got no other
At the end of
games.
the day,
Notre Dame's in. Notre Dame ain't got no other games.
yeah, I said that 7 minutes
That's it.
ago. They're in. That's no doubt about Notre
Ole
Dame
Miss,
being in.
Ole Miss ain't got no other games. Ole Miss ain't got no other games. They ran off a coach.
They're in as well. Ole Miss is in as well. They're a lock. Ole Miss is in. Now where do we stand? We agree on that. They're in. That's not what we're here to talk about.
But you talking about who ain't in? We got to figure out who's in. Like other. This is the determining factor, man. These games that are
we
coming
did that
up,
last week, and as I said this week, there's going to be a minimum of 3 Big 18 teams in, 4 SEC teams. That's 7. So it's 5. So it's 5 left. You got Notre Dame, your group of 4. That's 5 left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 3 left.
What SEC teams is getting in?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
What SEC teams is getting in?
I said 4. We don't know until after next week. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be at least 4.
Well, you got to call it. Because Sark out here talking. Sark ain't got no more games. Sark don't have no more games. He's talking about he's in.
I'm not talking about Texas. They're going to be in the Blue Bonnet Bowl.
Well, you the SEC spokesman?
No, I'm not the SEC spokesman. I'm the Keep It Real spokesman. And what I'm telling you is this: Texas is not going to be in the playoffs.
Sark said that he's in. He said that they should be in.
Well, I said I'm 6'4", 185 too. Is that true too? Hell no.
And then Kirby Smart out here giving little slick little nuggets. I'm like, dude, you in? But so like, why are you? Is the fix in? Are you laying down for Alabama? Is that what's going to happen?
Now they're laying down for Alabama.
Is that what's going to happen? So that we can get more teams in, Brandon?
It's going to either be 4 or 5.
Let me tell you something, D-Cod. Brandon's been quiet for a minute because he is pro Lane Kiffin going to shoot. But I'm going to tell you, man, he ain't drunk none of that poison. I had to call him. I had to go running some Snickers. Amazon and Prime some Snickers. And we had to have a talk about it.
Brandon,
he ain't on that poison. He ain't on that SEC poison. He's not on the poison.
You need to help him out.
Poison. He's not on the poison. Brandon, you need to speak on it.
I mean, I don't know where you want me to go. I just sat in silence for 13 minutes. Let you guys just ramble like 2 old men, look like the fucking Muppets that are talking up in the balcony.
No, Brandon Reef has lost some shades of. I thought he lost shade of reality. I did. He was saying pro. I was like, Brandon.
Say it again, Brandon.
I understand.
Say it again. I followed my coach.
You were saying some other pro SEC things, Brandon, and I was a little bit. I had to put the camo on. You see, man, I almost put some eye black on when I was coming up to F Westfield, but I remember where I was going. I was like, dude, don't do that. You know what I mean? You don't want to rattle the cages where, you know what I'm saying, strange places.
What was the pro SEC? Because I don't think Sark and them deserve to get in. You had 3 losses.
I don't either.
You had 3 losses. Also, Miami. I don't know what you're bitching about. You lost to SMU, who, if you would have beat them, you'd be in. And also, you lost to a really bad, let's be real, Louisville team.
Yeah.
So I don't have any sympathy for Miami either.
Well, I don't know what the problem is. I agree 100%. There's no sympathy.
I have no problem with the college football committee if they decide to drop Ole Miss down to a 9 or 10 or an 11 even.
Yeah.
And I'm also, if you ask me to be frank, I think we get rid of the group of 5 playoff spot. I think it's a wasted spot.
Boom.
They're never going to win.
Everybody gets the
They
trophy.
don't have the resources. They will never win. It's cute back when the Fiesta Bowl, you got Boise State and Oklahoma. That's cute back in 2006, 5, whatever it was. But let's be real. College football's changed a lot since then. You don't have the Appalachian State beating the Michigan anymore. So,
well, maybe next year where they've been playing.
But Sark, you wonder who deserves to get in over Sark and them with 3 losses? I'd rather see Vanderbilt in 10-2. I'd rather have them than Texas. Texas didn't earn it.
Brandon Reef has clarified itself, y'all. But it sounded real pro SEC narrative, and I want to let him know.
What did he say that sounded SEC pro?
I know. I was trying to go back to my tweet or my text and
I'm not going to discuss it with you because we know where you stand. not going to discuss it with you. You got blinders on, buddy. You won't even watch Big 12 football. Even the Texas
Who?
version of it. You
I
don't even respect
said
the
it's a
Texas
great day
version
to
of
be
it.
a Tiger.
Who? Are you talking about Brandon? Or are you talking about you're
No,
talking about Brandon?
you don't respect the Texas portions of the Big 12 conference.
So you just discounting everything I said about the strength of the Big 12 then, right? You just like the hell with what God said. That don't mean anything.
You've never said this.
Are you just discount that?
You never said this.
I don't understand. There's clearly an axe you got to. We listen.
Hey man, no, for real. I thought Michigan had kind of figured out some things, but yesterday, but when they couldn't get in the end zone, you're not gonna hang around with Ohio State. You're not gonna hang around with Ohio State. Curse your rod. You can go cry Jim Harbaugh again.
They were physically outmanned, JB. They were physically outmanned. As that game wore on, you can talk about the weather, the snow, and all those things you want, but those things applied to Ohio State as well. Ohio State has a better team. They had a better quarterback. They had a better game plan because you got Bryce Underwood, who's a freshman quarterback phenom. I think it's a $4 million a year player, and I think he threw the ball 14 times yesterday, maybe 15, something like that. You have to be in a position to put your best players in a position to help you win. They didn't do that yesterday, and unfortunately for Sharon Moore, he's probably got another year or two. And the natives at Ann Arbor, we're gonna be saying, "Time for you to go." They looked like a Michigan team yesterday.
I thought Ohio State bullied
Michigan team.
Bullied Michigan. Besides the early kick that Michigan kind of had with the run game, but Ohio State clearly had the better offense, the better defense. Overall, you knew Ryan Day wasn't going to run the same game plan he did last year. That cautious game plan. Sayin looked better, I thought. And there's nobody. None of those Michigan DBs could keep up with those wide receivers from Ohio State. It was a night and day difference. Clearly, Ohio State has put themselves at the top of the echelon. Are they the best team as of right now? They are. We'll find out in about 6 days.
Man, they look unbeatable. I'm saying that, and no tongue in cheek. They look unbeatable because they've got their defensive backfield is so deep and so athletic. Their linebackers are fast. They've got a very competent quarterback and an underrated running game. And not only is that the best receiving core in the nation. If they lose, that's on the coach, and I'll mark it here. If they lose at any point between now and January, whatever it is, coach needs to find himself another place to go. You can't lose all that talent, and it's such a gap, in my opinion. I'm not on the field, but it looks like there's such a gap in talent from Ohio State to the next best team.
I'm going to try to answer the three kind of questions that's out there. I do like what Ohio State has kind of put out there. Them against Georgia would be real tight for me to call. Them against Georgia would be real tight for me to call. This is no joke with me. You know what I'm saying? Homerism, all, you know what I'm saying? They would be real tight for me to call that one right now. You know what I'm saying? Based on how both those teams are playing. And so, like, I guess kind of coming down, that's something that we kind of going to see hopefully kind of come down the pipe. You know what I'm saying? Whatever kind of happens between them and Alabama. I kind of go back to the beard, man. He's got a good enough team. You're right, to go back to a back-to-back national championship. And if I kind of saw it in his eyes, man, in the snow, man, mascara-filled eyes, man. Yesterday was running. It was all pouring down, man.
But I keep telling you, JB, that's shoe polish.
He's just waiting for Black Monday. He's just waiting for Black Monday when the Jets get rid of McDonald, or they shoot Pete Carroll like they shot old Yeller, you know what I'm saying, out there in Las Vegas, and tell him, you know what I'm saying, au revoir, you know what I'm saying, or whatever NFL job that might be coming. And I think that's where he kind of, you know what I'm saying, takes his little self in, maybe even Tennessee, maybe even the Titans.
Why leave when
what?
you got
the NFL? You got to go to the Super Bowl? Man, stop it.
But you got a comfort zone in Ohio State where you're going to have boosters getting you the players you need. You don't have a lot of high intensity
The next Woody
pressure.
Hayes.
You can pick your own players, not like you can do in the NFL and how you want to go about things. I mean, it's an easier gig for him at Ohio State than going to the NFL.
Yeah, it's easier. Yeah, you never beat Jim Harbaugh. You forgot about that one. You never beat Jim Harbaugh.
Okay,
You never beat.
I
You never
don't
beat
think he
Captain
cares.
Comeback.
I think if he wins this year, I don't think he's going to give a shit about beating Jim Harbaugh.
I don't think he cares. I don't think he could give three shits about beating Jim Harbaugh.
The people do. Well, but remember, he was still on the hook last year. If he didn't win a national championship, he was going to get fired.
But it's his decision, right? He won a national title, and he's probably going to win another one this year. I mean, this. I don't
know, hey man. I like Kirby, man. I'm all in, man. Just if we got to be an SEC show, right?
I don't know. I want to keep bringing up the SEC.
I was letting you know.
Let me switch gears. Let me get the fucking steering wheel back on the car because I got the kids in the back. Indiana Hoosiers beat Purdue, beat down, so now they're set this next Saturday playing Lucas Oil Stadium right down the road against Ohio State. So you got number 1 versus number 2 here. Winner obviously will be number 1 seed. We'll get the bye. I think there's more of a chance is there a chance for both teams, regardless whoever loses, still to be having a bye, or is it more one than the other? If Ohio State loses, they still get the bye. If Indiana loses, then maybe drop into a 5.
The way A&M played in the second half on Saturday against Texas, the way Georgia will perform against Alabama this weekend will be a big determining factor in that. But if I have, for my money, regardless of win or lose or draw with Indiana, Ohio State, that's 1 and 2 team in the country right now. So I don't see any reason why both of those teams would not have a bye for the first week. I think no matter what, unless it's some crazy blowout, say Indiana beats them by 25, right, and just really manhandles, or vice versa. But if it's a nip and tuck game, I think both teams deserve first round byes. That's my thought, regardless of the outcome, unless it's some type of crazy blowout or you have one of your key players with some type of an injury, and you definitely don't want injuries. But I think those are only 2 factors that would be involved: a blowout or a significant injury, and that would mean to probably one of the quarterbacks.
Jonathan Birdsong hasn't even played the Scarlet Card yet. He's got the hidden Scarlet Card. He hasn't even played it yet. Earlier today, the AP Top 25 polls came out. Number 1, Ohio State. Number 2, Indiana. Number 3, Georgia. Number 4, Oregon. So that right there's your top 4. John, how many Big Ten teams? 3. How many the SEC?
That's 3.
1.
That's 1. 3's a magic number.
But no, so
I'd love to be Oregon, though. So I said this last week too, JB. You knocked me this morning. Wouldn't you love being Oregon? You got no pressure. You got a bye week this weekend.
You're gonna have a home game.
You're locked in.
Well, not home. Yeah, the home game.
You're locked in. You probably will have a home game. Possibly will have a home game. I'd rather be Oregon, Ole Miss, and Miami right now.
Some say you rather not be the number 1 seed because you remember last year Oregon got screwed.
Yeah. Think about that. Think about if you don't have to play in your conference title game and you got and A&M, that's the other team. A&M, Miami, Oregon, and Ole Miss. I would love to be one of those 4 teams right now. They got
so Oregon is number 4. Who's floating around 8 right now? Potentially.
So
Ole Miss.
4 is Oregon, 5 is Texas Tech, Ole Miss is 6, A&M 7, Oklahoma 8, Notre Dame 9, Bama 10.
I would love to be those 4 teams. I would take either of those 4 teams. I'm not talking about being fearful of injuries. I'm just talking about wear and tear on your body this late in the season. Remember, college football used to be 11 games. The winner of the national title will play 16 games if you played in the top conference title game. 16 games for college players.
Yep.
Think about that. So I would love to be those 4 teams: Ole Miss, Oregon, Miami, Who was the other team I said I named? Whoever it was. Those 4 teams. I would love it.
Hey, how crazy is it that the ACC has cannibalized themselves to where
Oh,
the Duke
Miami.
Blue Devils could be in this college football playoff?
What? Hey, there's a breaker there though, right? There's a breaker there that could determine if there is an ACC team in or not. I don't know what it is, but if Duke goes out and beats Virginia, does the committee say we is because I don't think there's a guaranteed spot for the ACC, right? There's no guaranteed spots, right?
I think there is for one more
I
year.
think there's the guaranteed
Well,
spot for the ACC.
They would
Contractually,
just
with
go in as the
I've
11
heard
or 12.
reports that's what I'm saying. I've heard mixed reports, and I was like, I thought there were guaranteed spots for ACC, SEC, and the Big 18 and the Big 12.
Yeah.
But
Plus,
I don't know.
technically they would be suing yourself. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You'd be kicking yourself in the own ass if you know what I'm saying, told that the ACC couldn't.
Man, I can you imagine you got Tulane and you got Duke in the final 12, and you got a team, say like Texas,
Alabama.
say like Michigan, say like Alabama, whoever, outside looking in. Oh, BYU. That's the chaos I'm looking for. That's the chaos I'm looking for to make it a 16-team playoff.
Well,
That's what we listen. I want my team to win every game. It's going to be 16.
If
you can not wish all you want.
man, they don't have a chance. I mean, come on, man, dude. This good, honest program. That coach might get another look at another power program. Kind of what he's built.
No, I'm talking about
he ain't won no bowl. He ain't won no bowl game, man. Let's not put him in the playoffs because Duke got to win.
You realize that they've already in talks about a 16-team playoff after just
I
1
do
year.
realize that. I do realize that. It's also they didn't talk about a 72 Hispanic tournament. I also realize that I don't have to accept it. I also realize that you can also talk out of it.
So in your mind, it's going to be 12 no matter what, even if it's 16.
Well, you have to no. What you have to like in a investigate, like if you journalistically, man. So like if you kind of against something, you kind of got to put like the data against it. So like, why would you want to put this? You putting this together, and guess what? It ain't even work for this program over here. That's all I'm trying to say.
Ohio won last year's 8 seed.
Money rules this thing. Your feelings don't rule it, JB. My feelings don't rule it. Money rules this thing. And when those players start getting money from NIL, we're talking about it. Coaches start getting 10, 11 million, $12 million contracts. That's driving the 16 team. It's not about, we want the 16 best team. They've got to recoup money. And that money is an opportunity for 16 teams versus 12. We can play tiddlywinks all we want, our feelings all we want. But it went from 2 to 4 to 12, and it's going to be 16. That's just what it is, man. It's money. It's not about feelings.
Ohio State last year won the title.
Ain't nobody got no feelings. Ain't nobody got no feelings. I'm just telling you, friend. It ain't gonna be no super conference. It ain't gonna be no 16 teams because that's overkill to your product.
Okay, so you think
Pitino, Guess what? I know. We ain't supposed to talk about college basketball. Rick Pitino, the godfather of college basketball, then already said there's too much college football. We can't
talk about basketball last week.
I'm just letting you know. Hold on. This dude gonna pull a Bleacher Report on me, friend. You might as well wrote your own tweet and tweet Bleacher Report. Really, D-Cot? Seriously?
Let's go. Let's go.
I got Bleacher Report in my back pocket, son. Don't bring no Bleacher Report over here. But understand this, man. Understand this. Ain't gonna be no super conference because you got too many governors gonna say what they want to say. You got too many boosters gonna say what they want to say. You got TV, ESPN, networks say what they gonna want to say. So you say emotions. I'm telling you, it's gonna be. It might. Some school might go over here. Some school might go over there. But like super conference, it just don't make sense. The West Coast don't pull them in like that. They trying to kick. You know what I'm saying? Some of the Big Ten right now is trying to kick some of these people they ain't pulling their own weight off the pride. I know that's not what you talk about. I know that's not what you talk about on the Cross Time podcast or the Cross Time Network that y'all have on y'all show. But we talk about deep other things, analytics that kind of come into play of the show. So understand this. Hold on, time out. This is the reason why. This is the reason why I told you. This is the reason why I told you brands like Alabama. I told you who you think I hate, and I don't. I told you teams like Alabama and Texas. If they were smart about their money, they would keep their money to themselves like the Irish do. like the Notre Dame does, and you ain't got to worry about,
So now
you
we're
know
going
what?
back to
Let these
independent.
other fools,
Hey, I
let these,
can't keep up,
the good
JB.
bishop said,
JB,
like the good
I can't
bishop
keep
say,
up.
let them have their champion, let them have their cake, let them have their soup. They ain't got to worry about Freeman over there got his feet kicked up, got his place already set. Top four, they ain't worried about no top four. They're already in. Don't matter. Where you want the Irish to go? Ireland, they will go. Where you want the Irish to go? California,
should I
they will
discount
go.
what
Where
you
you want
said
the Irish
about
to go?
Lane
Where you
Kiffin
want the
going to
Irish to go?
LSU?
South Atlanta, they will go. Where you want the Irish to go? They'll come to Indianapolis. Where you want the Irish to go? They'll come to see you.
Didn't you say last week that there's no way Lane Kiffin goes to LSU? So that was your feeling.
I didn't say that.
I'm telling you, I'm talking the
I
facts.
said he shouldn't. I said he shouldn't based on where he got his team.
You said he wouldn't, and I'm telling you now, it's going to be.
I said he shouldn't.
Listen,
Hey man, don't start to
you
me.
can
I
find
said
it all
he
the
shouldn't.
back you want.
I
You can
said he
find it
shouldn't.
all the back you want. If they're talking about 16
I said he
teams,
shouldn't.
it's going to be
And if you
16
talking about
teams.
emotion,
That's your feeling.
Brandon emotionally went with his coach. So like, man, don't say was emotionally it can play and what emotionally can't play.
I'm talking about you. I'm
So
not
like,
talking about Brandon. I'm talking about you. And I'm telling you now, it's going to be 16 teams.
I'm just letting you
no
know
matter
when
how you
emotionally
feel.
can play, when emotionally can play, and emotionally don't play in the
How
sports
you
conversation
feel?
in this
You
world.
feel
So
it shouldn't
again,
be 16.
I will
It's going
allow
to be 16.
you say emotion. I'm letting you know it's not emotion. These are actual
No,
facts. These are
you're
actual
not
analytics.
letting me know, JB, because you're not the decision maker.
NBC
JB,
love
you
the
ain't the
Irish.
decision maker in this.
I'm sorry they don't love Bama. They didn't give them a contract, a lifetime contract.
Back to
I'm
Bama
sorry.
again. We're talking 16-team playoff, and you go back to Bama. Because listen, you can follow Dom Scott
The
Smith.
16 playoff, we ain't in the time. Hey man, we ain't Martin McFly just yet. We ain't in the future just yet. We right now. It's 2025.
It's 16 teams.
It's no right now. It's only 12 teams. Right now it's only 12 teams, and right now it's only 12 teams. And you get
so it's going to be that way.
okay. So give me 6 more teams that did you think need to be in? Give me 6 more teams that need to be in.
I don't think it needs to be 6 more teams.
No, but you
fine.
no.
But what I'm
Hold
telling you
on,
is,
Brandon. You down with the sickness though, champ? No, D-Cot, you down with the sickness. So tell me what no, don't backpedal. Don't fish out. Don't fish out of the reality. Come back. No, you on the Matrix. You took the red pill. D-Cot, you talking to Neo. D-Cot, you talking to Neo and Morpheus. Okay? You talking to Neo and Morpheus. You talking to Neo and Morpheus. Get back on the get on the pill. Listen, you have a chance. You have a chance to get out of the matrix of the SEC network. You have a chance to see the light.
I think your fear is because you know if it's 16 teams, it's going to be more SEC teams. I think that's your fear.
Oh,
I don't care.
Here's the fear. Here's the fear. The Notre Dame Golden Domers ain't got to worry about if it's a 14, if it's an 18, if it's a 3-team, if it's a 14, if the winos down there want to buy out the board because he's thinking about going to Penn State. Don't be telling me about no Alabama. You have lost touch of reality. Y'all lost touch of reality.
You're a bigger fan of Alabama than I am.
No, man.
You're
Y'all
a bigger
lost
fan
touch
of
of
Alabama
reality.
than I am.
This show, how long we got, Brandon? Because we ain't got too much
all
time.
night. Listen, I ain't got to work tomorrow till
y'all
9
lost touch
o'clock.
reality.
I'm already at work.
Y'all lost touch reality. And with that being said, I'm bringing it out, man. Let's go, man. Bethune-Cookman. Let's go. Let's go. Who? I'm upgraded. I've upgraded them, Brandon. They've been upgraded, Brandon. Let me. I'm about to get like, hey man, I'm getting like Ben Davis. Don't let me take my shirt off, man. I don't want to go like listen, man. I've upgraded the Hoosiers. You should let me because I've upgraded the Hoosiers from 9 wins to 14. And now the Hoosiers are flying in the 19 win. They should make the tournament this year. They can shoot outside shots. There's no more of that. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell.
Hold on.
Lost reality. Y'all lost reality.
He's all over the board at this point.
Yeah, he's muted. I muted him because we started talking basketball. I muted his ass.
Where's he going with this?
What are y'all doing?
Then he's got your sponsor co-signing on some dumb shit. So come on, man. Let's stay the course. What is he doing?
Well, I mean, I don't even know where the hell to start because I've been sitting in silence for the last 35 minutes on this show. Anyways, good Lord. Are you going to be good? I'll take you back off on mute. Yeah, chef's hat on. the hell you got on?
Ho ho
Dude got a
ho.
chef's hat
Who
on.
wouldn't know?
He done took his
Let's
jacket
go.
off.
All right, couple things. A lot of coaching moves. Obviously, we're not going to hashtag the Lane Kiffin saga. It's done. It's over. I got the LSU gear on the way with my boy Lane, so I'll be excited for that.
You got me a hoodie, right?
No, you Alabama, buddy. We rivals coming up. But I am excited to go see Ole Miss versus Ole Miss and LSU playing next year. I'm going to be looking at tickets for that thing.
That's gonna be a hell
Also,
of a
JB, only 278 days till LSU versus Clemson for the season opener. 278 days and counting.
dominating
So,
factor, by the way.
We be locked
LSU
in.
anyways,
We be locked in with
Stoops.
Dabo.
Mark Stoops is. They said about 10 minutes ago, Mark Stoops has been fired from Kentucky, so that's opened up a spot. Kentucky fired Stoops while you guys were doing your Stephen A. Skip Bayless ramble. I was watching that.
Hey, don't use those names in vain around me, man. I'm not a fan either.
Florida and John Summerall have agreed to a 7-year deal, $63 million for him to move over. Big move for Florida when they started getting out of the lane sweepstakes, which I thought was funny. The audio that came out over the weekend. I don't know if you guys see the Twitter spaces that somebody was recording their cousin who is in the Boosters Club, and they were talking mad shit about the AD and the chancellor and the whole end of the lane saga out there. Clark Lee and Vanderbilt, New Year's 6-year extension for him to stay at Vanderbilt. We're excited to see that. Silverfield left Memphis, another American conference, American school, going to Arkansas. And then Auburn took also USF, Alex Golish as their new head coach. Real quick, Decott, with Auburn kind of being the main rival of your boys down there at Bama, thoughts on a bias thoughts on Golish going down there to Auburn?
I don't think it matters, man. You talking about big brother, little brother. Doesn't matter the coach. In my view, it hasn't mattered. That rivalry is going to stand on its own. You saw the game yesterday. You talk about a team with 4 wins. They gave Bama all the hell they wanted and then some. Without a bunch of drops, without some untimely penalties, Auburn wins that game yesterday. So I don't think Golish is a difference maker versus Hugh Freeze or whomever else, right? I just think it just stands alone in my opinion.
Derkowitz agreed to a contract extension with Missouri, so he will be staying. But Oregon State hired the Alabama co-offensive coordinator Jamarcus Shepard.
Good for him.
I was wanting to see yesterday. I don't even know if he ended up coaching yesterday or not. If he was,
yeah, he
there
did.
still.
He was there. He was
what
there.
Kind of big miss is that going to be for Bama in the future?
Well, he's a co-OC, right? And he's going to take a couple of. He's taking, I want to say, running backs coach and another coach with him. But these conversations have had with DeBoer and the faculty for the last few weeks. This isn't an overnight thing. Like, oh my gosh, this coach is all of a sudden leaving. He had his interviews. DeBoer was involved with the communication, and DeBoer blessed him by obviously having him have an opportunity to go. And you should do that. Give a guy an opportunity to go if he wants to go, right? Again, other than LSU, Bama will be fine, right? Meaning a standalone. They'll be fine. They'll find somebody who want to come in there and coach him up. It won't be that big of a deal beyond the connection he had with some of the recruits. Okay. Very good at that. Give it to him. Very good at that. But just like anything else, as the worm turns, there's going to be someone to replace that as well. Winning cures a lot of that.
Out west, a couple notes. UCLA, I think they're going to end up probably all signs are kind of pointing to a Bob Chesney going out there to UCLA. I can see that happening here shortly if they end up going with him over Neuheiser, which I think they should. I like the Chesney, what he's done. And then the USC Lincoln Riley saga that continues. It seems like they're kind of moving towards that divorce between each other. And is Lincoln interested in the Penn State gig? His name's getting thrown in the hat. For some reason, DeBoer's name's getting thrown in the hat, and so is Brian Dable's name getting thrown in the hat there for Penn State. So, just buying their time. It sounds like Penn State. They're letting all this kind of settle before they make their decision.
I think Penn State, to me, they've got that coach. They've got their the players, the alum have come out in support of the coach. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but OJ McDuffie came out, did a video on X. Someone else came out on Instagram in support of him paying his dues, and the players went on the field and talked about how well he's done with them, how they listened to him, and how they fought for him. Now, mind you, this could be a tie-in with that Mike Davis, Bob Knight thing, right, from 2002.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know. But with that said, if you're Penn State, you were upset about what's happened the last 12 years, not winning a multiple top 10 against top 10 teams. Why not give him a chance?
Okay. Real quick, looking at the spreads for next week, conference championship week. Saturday, Big 12, Texas Tech, 13.5-point favorites over BYU. They just played a couple weeks ago, and that was the big beatdown that we saw. So 13.5 there. SEC, Georgia is 2.5-point favorites over Alabama in the SEC championship. And then the Buckeyes are 5.5-point favorites over Indiana right now for next Saturday night here at Lucas Oil. And then the ACC, Virginia -3 versus Duke. Thoughts on any of those?
I think that's an honest spread between Ohio State and Indiana. That is a very honest spread. Yeah. So I however you want to swing with that, man. I know Phantom, we will be boots on the ground come this Saturday, man, to kind of watch them, you know what I'm saying, hook them up, right? But I know the Phantom's gonna be crazy. It ain't like Columbus Phantom don't travel. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying, Columbus is 10 miles, you know what I'm saying, 100 miles, 1,000 miles away from Indianapolis, man. So the Phantom is gonna be packed, man. And you gotta they test now. Ain't no more ducking and hiding. Ain't no more.
I was gonna ask you. Can I ask you both? I had a scenario play out where with this game, I was thinking today, I'm obviously going to take IU plus 5.5. There's a spoiler alert right there for everybody. But
same here.
This type of game, this is the type of game that Kurt Signetti and the Indiana program needs a signature win, right? Something for the program, something that a conference championship victory will do more for an IU team than what an Ohio State team would. I think Ohio State's probably going to try to sleepwalk through this game. It doesn't really give a shit if they win this or not because they have bigger aspirations. They won it last year from the 8th seed. So for them, it doesn't matter if you're on a bye or if you're playing a first-round game for them because they went through the gauntlet last year, right? They played Ohio State, they played Texas, or they played Oregon, they played Texas. So I don't think it really cares. They really care. They beat Michigan. Their next step is to win the national championship again. So I don't think they give a damn. I think this means more to IU. I think this means more to Signetti, more to the Indiana program.
Oh, absolutely.
I think Indiana's going to come out and end up winning this game. I really do.
It absolutely means more than for Indiana, right? Because they're not national championship,
and that's a former Boilermaker fan for football saying that. So
right. So, but with that said, right? How much pressure does Kurt Signetti and that coaching staff put on those players, right? I know there's gonna be a lot of talk about, they've doubted us all year. They've doubted us the last 2 years. Oh, we didn't play anybody. And they played just as many tough teams as Ohio State did this year. They went to Oregon and kicked them in their ass. People out there, they forget that, right? They've got something to prove. Like I said, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, don't take your foot off the gas, Signetti. And if you have an opportunity to kick them in the, you do that and you don't let up. Because if you don't win, here's what's going to be said about you, Kurt. Well, I told you, until they play somebody really good, this is going to happen. So I say Indiana comes out and plays like this is the last game of the season and gives everything. Right. I'm talking trickeration. I'm talking blitz packages. I'm talking everything's on the table for this game.
Field goals.
Play with the level of intent you had when you thought UCLA was about to ruin the perfect season. Play with that level of intensity. Or Penn State, you know what I'm saying? Them too, you know what I'm saying? You got in them close games, man. Play with that level of intensity.
He's 100% right.
That level. That's not playing scared. That's like, hey man, we are good enough. We are good enough we just we downplaying. We are downplaying, and it's downplaying Ohio State. Like, damn, you playing the national championship, right? But like, no, we are don't as a team, don't let that feeling, and what I'm saying, we know feeling can kind of, push over a team. So like, man, but they are good enough to compete with Ohio State. So they shouldn't be thinking like they gotta beat David and Goliath with a little slingshot at all. So like, no, I like the Hoosiers.
And really,
I don't know who I picked yet, but I like those odds.
And I think whoever wins this game ends up what?
-5.5. I can't say no to Indiana on that.
Yeah. I also think whoever wins this game wins the Heisman between Sayin and Mendoza. I think this is going to be it's going to come down to this game here. And I got a Mendoza ticket. So I'm really hoping that he pulls it out.
I don't know. Mendoza has played better throughout the whole overall season. I don't like when it comes down to one game, Heisman. I don't necessarily, step into that accord.
I'm not saying he should. I'm just saying
it's the accumulation of the last 4 or 5 weeks.
The same kid doesn't have bad tape at all. They don't allow the beard don't allow him to have bad tape, but some of his analytics, man, like Ty Simpson got better analytics, over the season, than him. Even the homie Arch, got better as a quarterback, has a better, we talking Heisman. We just talking about Heisman. So I don't know. I that's just me. I'm not trying to shade the kid or anything like that.
Quarterback trophy,
Mendoza,
right?
I would say Mendoza is a little bit closer to the Heisman than he is.
I mean, it's a quarterback trophy. So to your point, Brandon, it's probably gonna be one of those two.
Yeah, and it reminded me. John's talked to his Heisman talk about Jeremiah Love, and I think that got put to bed this past weekend. But with his injury,
if they had one, this is the price of independence. If you have one more game, but they don't got one more game, so he did. They did. He had
Love's injury. What do we look at with him going into the playoff?
He said with his injury.
Yeah, I mean he's got some weeks to heal, but I mean it's not going to be fully healed. I feel by the time he gets back.
It's not that they're going to duck anybody, but they are a 2-back system. So they lean on other kids. They lean on other kids as well. That's the kind of reason why Jeremiah Love's in the position that he's in, because he has to share the backfield with another dynamic running back. I don't necessarily see. So like, spoiler alert. Even though this is a pro-Irish, a little sports cast, I didn't necessarily foresee a long playoff run for Notre Dame. Okay, so we're going to be totally transparent. So I will automatically remind you, Notre Dame did play an ACC little schedule, and they did play 2 Big Ten teams, and they did play 2 SEC teams, and there was some varying degree of winning that they did. But they didn't necessarily sweep who they should have swept. So when it comes to the teams that are in the playoffs. Right, so Miami made the playoffs. You didn't beat a playoff team there. Texas A&M's in the playoffs. You didn't beat a playoff team there. I get it. I get Notre Dame. Did the due diligence with the rest of their playoff, with the rest of their schedule, and this is why they are in the position they are in. But I really don't necessarily have a long run that are Irish in the playoffs. I really don't. Just because, like, they've shown, like, when they do have to play, that it let leave talent, like, some, there's sometimes something a little off. So
it's just matchups. I mean, we talked about Ohio State at the 8th seed last year, right? It's who you get in your bracket, man, especially at this level, right? Because you're talking about 12 teams, probably 5, maybe 6 on a great day could win it. So now you're talking about, who do you match up with? Is it a cold weather game? Where are you with turnovers? And in football, it's such a big difference in the college basketball deal. I understand they're one and done, but man, one high ankle sprain, one tweak, one fumble, that changes the whole deal. One turnover in basketball doesn't make that type of difference, but in football it does, because possessions are less. In college football, you're talking about, I think it's an average of 8.5 possessions a game, maybe 9. So,
is that still a concern, you think, though, as we get into championship play, as we have, some teams going to have to play in a Midwest setting? I love, me, man. I love snow. I didn't think we were going to get it, man. And
I don't want it, man.
I love snow globe. Brandon Reef knows that I love snow globe football. I love it. I love it.
I want it
I don't
all
like
in
the
a
score. I don't
controlled
like the score
environment.
because the score is always funky. But it don't. It makes pretty little quarterbacks like throw it all over the yard. Like, no, you're gonna have to. You need the running backs now. Now you need
That
the
messes
running
up
back.
the betting, JB. As a bettor, I don't like that. I want everything in a controlled environment, man. I don't want no snow, no ice, no rain. Those things can happen, and you can't predict those things anyway. But I want controlled environments, man. I don't like this.
Miami, I couldn't see Miami coming and play. You know what I'm saying, in the Midwest, not South Bend. I get
It'd
Ohio
be
some
like
other
State.
Miami playing against
yeah.
Buffalo. It'd be
Ohio
like
State in
Yeah.
the
Miami
snow
playing against
globe.
Buffalo.
Miami playing in Ohio State, man. They gonna get scissored. They gonna get chopped. They gonna get chopped up.
No,
Michael
I agree
Irvin
with
be
you.
like, oh,
He'll
man, we
be
don't need
there.
to see that.
He'll
We
be there
don't
in
need
his,
to see that
in his winter parka and gloves and boots and everything, but he would definitely be there.
in his
Hey,
bad
John,
wig.
you were fired up early in the show. I don't want to try to get you too fired up, but
No
I
more.
shook my head this morning when I was reading that it went all overnight. They played the final game yesterday, and it went all overnight until this morning when the Mountain West could decide who's in their championship games based on analytics.
A lot of nerds out there, man. A lot of MacBook computers, man, rolling off, man.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
4 teams
Nah,
were
that's
tied.
not.
Just for people who didn't know, there was 4 teams tied. Boise State, New Mexico, San Diego State, and the UNLV running Rebels all tied. Based off analytics, we got a Boise State versus UNLV for the Mountain West title.
You know who's coach of UNLV, right? Dan Mullen.
Dan Mullen, yeah. I wish the
Mr.
old coach was
Lateral
still
move
there.
himself.
The old coach can go back for all I care.
That'll
He's
be interesting.
condemned. Dude, he's jettisoned Purdue football. I can't believe I'm gonna have to come back over with some Milky Ways. The Snickers not enough, Brandon. You like Milky Ways? I'll get you some Milky Ways, man. Maybe
I'm
a
with
pack of
Lane.
Ding
I took the
Dingers
plane
or
with
something,
Lane.
man.
I took
You
the
need
plane
some
with
sugar.
Lane down to LSU.
That man
Hey,
then gave up Purdue football all hopes. Hey man, don't talk about David Bell. Come on, man. Don't forget about David Bell.
Hold up.
And come on, man.
I'm not gonna let you talk negative about David Bell. I don't care.
Well, I'm talking about the era. I'm talking about the era. Purdue era, football era.
Purdue
You know what I'm saying?
football is dead.
Rondé
do that
Moore
now.
era. You know
Purdue
what I
football
mean?
is dead. They don't care. The Bobinski
might
don't
be.
care. I don't give
That
myself
might be.
too much trouble. We got basketball we love, but
That's through the Big Ten. That's through the Big Ten.
they've shamed me too many times, and they ain't gonna look to improve. So why should I even bother putting my money towards them?
Yeah,
I'll go other way.
they were fired up the first 6 minutes of the game yesterday, though, man.
Okay. Well, it's Black Friday shopping. That's why. So, gentlemen, last thing I have. By the way, I looked at our Tigers schedule. Going into next year.
Who that?
What?
Say it again. Brandon, say it again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Our Tigers.
Say it. No, say it in that voice. I need to hear it in that voice.
It's the sickness. It's the sickness, y'all. Hey, you figured it,
accent.
Anyways, they play Clemson, but here's what I like. They play Clemson. We've got McNeese, but then here's what I love. They have the perfect SEC schedule lined up for them. Perfect schedule. Let me give you the home games. You've got home games against Bama, Mississippi State, Texas, and Texas A&M. If you could pick any of those 4, those are the 4 you'd want as your home games. Your road games, Arkansas, Auburn, Kentucky. There's 3 with new coaches. Hell, let's make it 4. Ole Miss, they're going to lose their.
I'm copyrighting my piss, dude. Don't do that.
And at Tennessee, who are about to lose their coach.
I'm thinking 11-1. Brandon, I'm thinking 11-1. What are you thinking?
SEC championship game appearance.
Who?
Roll Tigers.
They beat Dabo. Oh, the one. Okay, I got you. Clemson, I got you. You stay at Clemson, I got you. Thank you. I got you. You're right. 11-1. LSU. No. You're right.
The Tigers.
You're right. Thank you. You're right. You're right. Dabo.
Listen. I don't hate LSU. I mostly hate Tennessee and Mississippi State. but I might have a little bit of rooting interest in this LSU thing. I mean, we had some good dialogue today, but I'm feeling like I want Lane to succeed a little bit here.
I want a rivalry with you, D-Cot. I want the Bama LSU rivalry, so I'm all for it. I got the LSU gear on the way. It'll be here by the end of the week.
I'm gonna tell you this: for it. Unless you're ready to forego a couple of mortgages, we're not gonna get to an LSU Bama game anytime soon, unless we can go down to T-Town, and there's a couple spots that are local we can hang out at. I'm not sure you'd be much welcome, but I'm not sure.
Crossroads will put the credential request in.
Go ahead. Sure. Hey, what we have to lose, right?
That's the way I see it. Absolutely.
But hey,
just go Tigers, John. My family.
Real talk, man. Listen, this has been This has been one hell of a weekend. And think about
you are now Miles Coven to the Purdue. You are now Miles Coven to the Purdue family. You are now Miles Coven. You are outside the family.
For football.
Imagine a week from today, fellas. Imagine the conversation we're going to have 6 days and 23 hours from now.
Hoosiers.
Be pretty good. I like this, fella. I got to tell y'all, I'm liking it. JB, listen, we gotta own this, right? This wasn't scripted. You know, I love JB.
There's other shit. Sorry, Lord. There's other things. There's other things that probably shouldn't have been said already through the text that probably sound like you're madman.
Hey, I was 7:21 a.m. this morning, JB, if I remember right. But this is what it's about, right? You got energy and passion about what we do. This is why we do this stuff. I've talked about this. People don't understand the work that goes involved. You study, you do all these things. This stuff matters. So nothing but love. Matter of fact, just so y'all know, me and JB already committed to doing something. I had a phone call a little earlier. I'm not gonna mention what it was, but we already gonna do some stuff anyway. So it's all good. Love JB like a brother, man. And if anybody wants to argue with him besides me, they're gonna have to fight.
Just make sure
it's really that simple.
The best way to combat overnight freezing and ice is make sure you put a lot of salt out early in the morning. Early.
Yeah, like 5 a.m.
Early. Put the salt out early.
All right, guys.
Melt the ice early.
Shows are this week. Decon them had their first show today, so go back and check that out on their YouTube page. Crossroads show will be on Wednesday night. We'll hit up everything college basketball, the association, and the NFL. And maybe dive into a little college football, a little aftermath after cooler heads have prevailed a little bit. But no, looking forward to that. Like I said, Crossroads will be at the Big Ten Football Championship this weekend, the mecca of college football for the weekend. You heard that, John, right? That's back in the Big Ten graces. The mecca of college football. Number one versus number two.
I got to tell y'all this, right?
DK, you're muted.
Yeah, he muted.
I was so excited to hit my button. We probably got an announcement tomorrow. I've got a special guest on my Cots Corner. It's just going to be a one-on-one with an Indiana media legend, someone who has boots on the ground, as JB says, from a basketball perspective, Central Indiana perspective, Pacer perspective. It's going to be fun, and I'm looking forward.
Chicken.
I'm looking forward to it. So
smothered chicken.
It's going to be a one-on-one, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna send him this clip. Once it's locked in, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be great. John, you actually, before we go, John, you got to talk to Indiana legend Alan Henderson as well.
Yes.
Hey man, just been trying, always just trying to catch up with a homie from the past, man. That's kind of first time I met Alan Henderson. He's, Alan is a brand owner. Life of the NBA and basketball obviously are behind him, and now he's a whiskey brand owner. You know what I'm saying? And he's really serious about it. He was boots on the ground himself. He didn't have nobody working for him. He's working. And you know what I'm saying? Just kind of telling people about his brand. whiskey. 21 over, folks. Whiskey ain't for everybody. I'm a family man. Everybody, people know me from different things, but 21 over, folks. But like now, he's kind of out promoting his brand and just kind of talking, grassroots style. He was up at a, Total. I shout him out. He was up at Total Wine up in Nora. Set time 9 to 12. Very personable. And like very passionate about, what I'm saying, what he's putting, not what he's pushing, but like the brand of alcohol that he's introduced on the market. And we rapped a little bit about basketball. This a little bit. Like I was like, man, you gotta do your thing. You know what I mean? I didn't want to, take up all his time. But yeah, we rapped a little bit about basketball, and he was actually, doing signings and all that too. But like, man, it was real good, just kind of touching base with Allen Henderson, man. Yeah, we working on some things. We don't have no official announcement. Him kind of coming on, chatting up with me and Brandon, but we're working on some things for sure. But like, man, it was great kind of catching up with him. He took a picture, man. Got some great, reaction from it, man. Allen is real, for real.
Cool. All right. Conversation continues on Twitter, on Facebook. We'll be talking on there. You can chat with us. You can go to Deep State Conversation with us on the College Football World SEC. SEC Big Ten.
Love it, man.
That's a Deep State. That's a Deep State.
Crying all the time. You love it. Crying all the time.
And if you guys could, please like, subscribe, and share this out to get to the masses. We really appreciate between the three of us and our brands that we have. And yeah, we'll see you guys the rest of the week. Only thing I have to say is, Lane, welcome home, and go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Crossroads sports content.